Good morning, everyone. This is a chapter from class 11, chapter number 2, biological classification. This will be the first part in which we will generally cover the basic introduction of biological classification. So let's start. Biological classification means arranging of organisms into groups and subgroups based on similarities and dissimilarities. Since here classifications are of three types. First one is artificial. Second one is natural. Third one is phylogenetic. Here phylogenetic classifications means classification on the basis of evolutionary relationships. You will get to know more about this in chapter number 3, plant kingdom. So we know that Aristotle was the first one to attempt a more scientific basis of classification. He used simple morphological characters to classify plant into trees, shrubs and herbs. He also divided animals into two groups, which had red blood and which does not have red blood. Which had red blood, RBCs, are known as enaima, and which does not have RBCs are generally referred to anaima. You can simply remember this by which does not have RBC, that means RBC is absent. So A for anaima, and which RBC is present is enaima. Carlos Linnaeus was the first to give the two kingdom classification that included Plantae and Animalia. Simply means he distinguished between two kingdoms as one which had cell wall and which did not have cell wall. There are many drawbacks of this kingdom, that it did not differentiate between eukaryotes and prokaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organisms, and no differentiation between heterotrophs and autotrophs. Since you can see here, photosynthetic was not able to differentiate between photosynthetic, that is green algae, and non-photosynthetic fungi, which means that he wasn't able to differentiate between heterotrophs and autotrophs. The next is, hence the two kingdom classification used for long time was found inadequate. Besides gross morphology here means the morphological characters which can be seen through naked eye. Classification systems for the living organism have hence undergone several changes over the time. Though plant and animal have been constant under different systems, the understanding of what group organisms included under these kingdoms have been changing. The number and nature and other kingdoms have also been understood differently by different scientists over the time. Before that we come into this table, I would like to inform some extra knowledge that three kingdom classification. ये आपके कोई टेस्ट में पूछ लिए जाते हैं, कोई से भी इंस्टीट्यूट के हो. Was given by Ernst Haeckel, which divided groups into, one is Protista, second one is Plantae, third one is Animalia. But to be more info about it, Ernst Haeckel also coined the term Monera. It was termed by Ernst Haeckel. So this is a very important table for your 11th class exams or NEET exams. Here are the characteristics of 5 kingdoms. Before that, since the two kingdom classification was not able to classify all the organisms properly, R.H. Whittaker in 1969 proposed 5 kingdom classification, which were generally named Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. The main criteria of classification used by included cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction and phylogenetic relation. Very important point. Here you have to remember or try to learn out this table. First of all, first is cell type. You can see that except Monera, all other kingdoms were eukaryotic, that is not single cell. Cell wall of Monera is contains non-cellulosic, that includes polysaccharide and amino acid. Cell wall of Protista are means it's not present in all but present in some. Fungi cell wall is made of chitin. Plantae, we know that it's made of cellulose, and in Animalia cell wall is absent. In nuclear membrane, except Monera, every other kingdoms have nuclear membrane present in them, but Monera nuclear membrane is absent. But body organization in Monera, it's cellular. Protista, it's cellular. Fungi, it's multicellular or loose tissue. Plantae, it's tissue slash organ. Animalia, since as we are going across the kingdoms, we see that the more higher the kingdom, more its system is more what can we say, highly advanced. In Animalia, we know that it's one of the top class kingdom, so the our body organization is means the most advanced one, consists of organ system. It also has tissue organ, as we have passes through this all kingdoms, so it's the most advanced kingdom. Mode of nutrition, Monera, it's autotrophic, chemosynthetic, under which included chemosynthetic and photosynthetic. Heterotrophic, saprophytic, mostly that get nutrition from decaying organism. Parasitic, from other hosts. In Protista, the mode of nutrition is autotrophic, that is mostly include photosynthetic, and and another one is heterotrophic, that dependent on autotrophic organisms. Fungi, the mode of nutrition is heterotrophic, that is saprophyte, which can be saprophytic and can be parasitic. Plantae, we all know that plants can make their own food, so autotrophic mode of nutrition, that mostly includes photosynthetic. Animalia, we know that it contains holozoic, that is consuming the whole food. Holozoic means consuming the whole food, or it can be saprophytic, that it can get nutrition from the dead and decaying organisms. The three domain system has been proposed that divides the kingdom Monera into two domains. Actually, the three domain system was introduced by Carl Hughes, which includes domain, archaea, domain bacteria, and domain eukarya. It's an extra knowledge not needed, not given in NCERT, but you can refer to it. Carl Hughes also gave the 6 kingdom classification. Here the three domains here means generally refers to 6 domain classification. Earlier classification systems includes bacteria, blue-green algae, fungi, mosses, ferns, gymnosperms, and angiosperm under plants. The character that unified this whole kingdom, that all the organism included had cell wall in their cell. This placed together groups which widely differed in other characteristics. It brought together the prokaryotic bacteria and blue-green algae with other groups which were eukaryotic. It also grouped together, which is one of the drawbacks of this kingdom classification, it also grouped together unicellular organism and multicellular organism in the same. For example, Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra were placed under algae. This classification did not differentiate between heterotrophic group, which includes fungi, and autotrophic green plants. They also showed characteristic difference in their cell wall composition, that fungi had chitin in their walls while green plants had cellulose in their walls. When such characteristics were considered, fungi were placed